qualify. We welcome you back to Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. A very special contingent of Twins fans are in Washington today to watch their favorite team take on the Nationals, and Marnie Gellner has that story.
We can't bring D.C. to Minnesota, but we did a lot to bring Minnesota to Washington, D.C. This is a group of about 200 Minnesota natives who are now living in Washington, D.C. Most of them are working with the government or in military jobs, and they're part of the Minnesota State Society. And that group has some social events and outings like this one, where they get a chance to bring a little piece of home together and get to visit with other native Minnesotans. This game is a perfect occasion. Scott Bain is the president of the Minnesota State Society. How important is it, being here in D.C. with so many non-D.C. people living in the area, to get Minnesotans together like this?
Well, it's really great to get together with people from our home state and a lot of times our hometown. And this is one of our favorite events every year, going to the Twins game. Usually we have to go all the way to Baltimore, but for the first time in 40 years, they're here in D.C.,
Yeah.
So we're hoping to be treated to a victory.
And you have a great turnout today. Congratulations on that, Scott. One very interesting piece of the group that's here, 8 members from the USS Minnesota, which is a submarine that was just delivered to the United States Navy on Thursday. And this is John Francher, the captain of this beautiful vessel. I looked at pictures online of this submarine, and it is phenomenal. Can you describe what the mission of the USS Minnesota is?
Yes, ma'am. The Minnesota is a Virginia-class submarine. It's like all the Virginia-class submarine. It's designed to basically do any number of submarine missions, like going after other submarines, going after other surface ships, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and special operations. We support the SEALs and some other maybe missions that you haven't heard necessarily about too much. But we're just delivered. We're ready to go out there and start supporting the Navy, and then commissioning's on September 7th of this year.
And I know this is not a vessel I want to mess with. I mean, it is a nice-looking, important submarine. Ted Collette is a member of the USS Minnesota, a crew member who happens to be from Duluth. Ted, what does this mean to you to be part of such an impressive submarine, an important one, and being from the state of Minnesota?
Just the opportunity to serve as the crew, as part of the crew on USS Minnesota, brings me closer to home. Just gives me that feeling that, I bring Minnesota with me wherever I go.
Right, your crew members here today, too. They're all lined up here. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you for being part of our pregame show today. Best of luck in your mission. 200 people. They're all native Minnesotans living and working in Washington, D.C. right now, and they will be enjoying the Twins and the Nationals today. Any message for your friends and family back home in Minnesota, guys?
Great story, Marnie. And the Twins obviously should feel right at home today. It is time for today's Just for Men.